Hey everyone, thanks for helping us hit 4,000 subscribers. We thought it would be really fun to set a subscriber goal this month. If we hit 5,000 by November 1st, we are going to dye our hair green, white, and red, the color of the Mexican flag. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon, and share with your friends. Thanks for watching.
What's happening for today's Patreon shout out? We have our Jaritos over here. We have Daria, Kareem, Imperium Sloth, Veronica Lopez, aka Married with Your Boobas Out, Eddie Bravo, Angela Mezqua, owner and operator of Legacy Teas and Spices, Nia Town, Izzy Sandoval, Not Mitch, Aparni Ronnie, and Aztec God. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right. By the way, who is Mitch? Hello and welcome back to Isimo Podcast. My name is Gerardo Larcon.
I'm Dominic Angel.
And I'm Ryan Reyes.
If you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like and comment on the video. Let us know what you think. Follow us on Spotify, and please leave an Apple rating and review. And if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram at IsimoPod. Email us at isimopod@gmail.com. Leave us a voicemail at 920-474-6644. That's 920-ISIMO-HIGH. And do you want to tell them about our Patreon?
Yes, we have a Patreon. It's only $5 a month, and with it, you get access to our bonus content, early access to episodes. You get access to our Discord, and for $20 a month, you get on our Isimo board.
Yeah, which is this brand new, nice cork board you see behind me.
Moving on up,
dude.
To the cork board.
And right next to that is, as you can see, Stealing Home right here. I think that's cool. Like it's on the.
Damn! You read?
Yeah, I read. It's a book about the Chavez Ravine and the villages that they had to get rid of in like the lie that they told, basically.
Yeah. And how they displaced a bunch of
Latino communities.
Yep.
So it's a great read, but check it out. Anyways, today, for instance, I'm glad you brought up the Discord, dude, because today's episode is about what, Dominic?
Superstition.
Okay, I didn't expect you to sing it, but yeah, today is about superstition.
Ryan, what's today's episode about?
Superstition.
Hell yeah, dude.
Do we know what today's episode is about yet or no? I'm just kidding. Sorry, bad joke.
Superstitions.
All right, but more than 4 is too many.
What we did was ask our Discord for superstitions that they've heard of, and this is probably the most engagement we've got on any discussion in the Discord.
Yeah, I love these fucking stories.
Yeah. So I think we're going to start today. We'll give you our interpretation of superstitions that we've experienced, but we're going to start today with what we got on our Discord. The first one says, from Imperium Sloth, who's right up here somewhere. He's the guy right there. Did I give him a shout out at the beginning?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You're good.
Imperium Sloth. His says, my mom and owls. She hates them and thinks they're bad luck. She went out one time from friends when she was in her 25 and left my brother with the dad. I'm going lightheaded trying to read this, dude. She was walking towards El Centro and saw an owl. It made eye contact with her, and my mom took it as a bad omen. Just up and turned around. When she got back to the house, it was engulfed in flames and the baby died. Yikes.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's crazy. A lamp at the back of the farm tipped over, caught fire, and it just ripped through the house. She won't even look at the plastic ones they sell to keep other birds away. What the fuck?
Yeah. I've actually heard that before, like superstitions regarding
owls.
Owls. One person also said it in the Discord. I didn't see the name, but that some of it stems from like indigenous people's beliefs.
Yeah.
But I've heard a few different versions. Like some people believe that owls aren't actually animals. They're like physical incarnations of spirits from another plane.
Oh my God.
Who disguise themselves as owls in order to like take people's souls. And it's meant that they're supposed to be like guardians, like they're supposed to help them travel. It's an alternative to the theory that that's what crows are for, and that's why you're not supposed to look them in the eyes.
Damn, so they're like Tom Cruise on set, dude. You just fucking
you try not to look at this.
Keep it walking.
Yeah,
I feel like it's pretty easy not to lock eyes with Tom Cruise.
They're like Ellen DeGeneres smelling fish, homie.
Because he's short.
Oh yeah.
Jeez Louise, that's crazy. I was really sad when I found, because I literally just learned, like through the show I haven't seen it, but everybody's talking about like Reservation Dogs and highlighted the owl the belief system around owls.
Reservoir Dogs?
Reservation Dogs.
Oh, okay.
It's a show on FX about indigenous peoples.
I never heard of it.
It just came out. It's new.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I feel like an idiot because every time I heard that in the Discord, I thought they were talking about Reservoir Dogs. Quentin would be mad, dude.
You're just like,
no
are you
owls
gonna?
in Reservoir Dogs.
Eduardo's reading and he's like, are you gonna bark all day, little dog?
Sorry, what were you saying?
I was really sad when I found out about that belief because I was like, I like owls. They're fucking cool.
Owls are dope.
I don't know about owls, dude. They do seem sketchy to me.
I just have a funny story about an owl statue because they mentioned the plastine owls. Someone had one of those guard owls on our fence where I live right now, and for the longest time it stares right at you through the kitchen window. And it was funny is every couple days it would change positions, and I was the only one noticing, and I couldn't figure it out. No one believed me because no one pays attention to the statue because it creeps them out. And then one day I realized that it's the dude that used to live in the room I live in now. When he would get high, he didn't like looking at the owl's eyes when he was high, so he would turn it. And he was always sitting at a different position.
I don't like anything that can turn their head around 360, homie. That's not for me, dude.
It's dope.
The Exorcist, I watched it one time, never again, dog.
Yeah, why do you need more? I mean, 180, that's cool.
Yeah.
But what if you're gonna look more than 180? Look right, fool.
Yeah.
Don't just turn around.
Yeah. Turn around, superstition. Okay, so anyways, here we go. We'll go to the next one. If you guys think about anything else about owls, let me know.
Well, there is something about owls that I wanted to say. I just realized. When you were a kid, did you ever hear about? I don't know if it's a superstition or what. I think it has ties to the stonemasons. Hope they don't kill me. But on the dollar bill, on the American dollar, there was always this thing about like they had put like a subliminal like tiny little owl. You know how there's like a lot of like swirly lines on the, the border? Have you heard of it? Have you seen it?
It's on the $1 bill. Some people see an owl, some people see a spider.
Fuck both those things, dude. I don't like owls. I don't like spiders, food. Has any owl like ever like, you know how crows like eat your eyes out and shit?
I'm sure they have fucking sharp ass talons, and they're huge. Owls are huge.
Yes,
they're like this big.
Yes,
I can't remember if it's the owl or if it's a different bird like the finch, but they like pull apart their prey.
Fuck all that, dog. Oh my god. Anyways,
one thing I recently, you know how sometimes you'll be watching a movie and there's like a cabin scene and you'll hear what sounds like a monkey, like you hear, those are owls. They make that noise.
Fuck owls and the noise they make, dude.
Why? What do you not like owls?
No, I've seen one face to face before, and it's just creepy to me. Their eyes are huge. First of all, they eat all the Tootsie Pops. Gotcha. I knew it. No, their eyes are huge. Their claws are just part of them. Like they don't have the wings, right? But then the claws at the bottom just come out like penguin feet, dog. And penguins, I don't like them either. You know what I mean? I don't know how you guys like penguins.
I like penguins, but I'm just like picturing you as that little kid now from the commercial.
I mean, like the more I talk to people, the more I realize I have very irrational fears. You know what I mean? Penguins and owls are at the bottom of my list as far as like things I like. You know what I mean?
Damn, I bought you a cruise to Antarctica for your birthday.
Yeah, right, dude.
I think you say like an observatory.
Yeah, but no, owls. I never got along with a good owl, dude. I never met one.
I've never met one either.
I will say I feel like penguins are a weird kind of bird that look like they could secretly fuck you up.
Damn, fool.
Something about them is ominous and hidden.
Yeah, they waddle, and it's like probably just like a way of like baiting you into being like, oh, this guy's cute.
I feel like it's because their legs are longer than they'll let you think, and then like you piss one off, and I don't know where it stands up, and it's like ostrich eggs, like legs, and it
ostrich eggs
pecks the shit out of you.
Yeah, no, fuck owls and penguins, dog. They're both in the same boat. I will say that a penguin's little flapper wings things look pretty dope. Anyways, the next one is, if you think about anything about owls, let me know. I grew up being told that if I go to sleep listening to rock music, that the devil will enter my body. LOL, fun times. That one, I love this one, dude. I've heard different versions of that, but I feel like that's just a thing of like trying to get kids to stay away from rock music.
Yeah, because you can't have a superstition unless it's old as fuck, dude. I don't understand. Like if it's new, like the whole thing, like 11:11, like we make a wish, like that shit only makes sense on a digital clock.
Yeah.
I thought of another thing. There was a movie called The Fourth Kind about the fourth kind of interaction with extraterrestrials. They also believe that owls are secretly aliens.
Yeah, for me, rock music is not alien. It's a part of our culture. And I believe that rock music does worship Satan at times. But really, what is Satan, dude? You know what I mean?
He's the devil.
Okay. So Satan is the devil for sure. Yeah. But what is the devil, dude?
Sin?
If the devil was so bad, then wouldn't he be trying to rule every fucking day? You know what I mean?
I mean, that's the thing. He is.
That's this whole thing.
But how? Oh, let me go get the who to play fucking who.
Fucking owls. It circles back.
You know, I don't believe in. Listen, I've said this before. I believe that the afterlife is all good. It's not. There is no bad.
Yeah, that's a thing. Like, there's no real good and evil.
Yeah.
I don't believe in good and evil.
Yeah.
So, it's a whole thing of like, I don't know. I feel like the whole concept of Satan and Lucifer is all about control.
Yeah.
It's about creating morality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but church wants you to believe in Satan. Church wants you to believe in the devil, not worship them, but believe in them, so that there's a constant fear within you, and you with fear you try to find comfort for that fear, and I don't know. It's in some way for the church to make more money. I don't know how to fucking articulate that. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of things get like convoluted over time. Like the idea that Lucifer and Satan are the same person, but they're not.
What?
Lucifer is a different person. He's not the devil. He's a devil.
Yeah, see? No, fuck that. There's no trinity of devils, dog.
No, I'm saying like he's a demon in the Bible, but he's not the devil.
But the devil, what would the devil even look like?
Charming. I don't know. All the people that I've seen or talk about the Antichrist is going to be super charismatic.
Yeah.
And wasn't like Satan when he was cast out, like he was a musician or something like that, right? Or I don't know. That's what I heard when I was a kid.
What, that fool played the harp or what?
Yeah, something like that. I always pictured him playing a harmonica.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Just fucking.
I just pictured Will Ferrell in that shitty SNL sketch when he's bad at music.
Yeah.
That was funny. That's what I picture whenever someone says that the devil invented rock music is Will Ferrell sucking at the guitar.
I don't know. I think the devil's antiquated and he doesn't deserve any hype, dog. Anyways, the next one. Here we go. We got a couple from... That one was from Robin Hood. Thank you, Robin Hood, for that. I should read the names before. Yeah, okay. I'm stupid. Anyways, this one's from Mina. She gave us a list here. So I'm going to go through the list and whatever one sticks with you guys, let's see what we can do. Okay, first one is don't let your purse on the floor or you will lose money. Second one is have a broom behind the door so you won't have bad spirits. And the third one is ringing ears means someone is talking about you! Exclamation point. Fourth one is don't make food when you are angry because it won't taste good. Damn.
I've never heard of that one, but I really like it.
Yeah.
It's just like, but it's also, that's so funny to just imagine somebody fucking like tasting and like sprinkling. I don't know. It's a really funny image of just like somebody really like trying to work and just like fucking angry. Like,
Yeah.
I just imagine someone like biting a cupcake and being like, "Who are you?"
Also, like, who's in the kitchen not cussing? You know what I mean?
yeah. I mean, if you've ever worked in a kitchen, they're
Yeah.
fucking angry all the time.
Yeah, Gordon Ramsay's out there calling people idiot sandwich and making great food. You know what I'm saying? Except for chorizo. Call back.
Sorry,
Sorry, Zao. Ringing ears means that someone is talking about you.
I've heard about
That's
that.
a
I've heard
trick.
that. Well, I heard that like your ears get hot.
Yeah, when your ears are hot, if they're red, that means that somebody's talking shit.
Holy shit, but that's just me bombing on stage. Whenever I bomb, my ears get so hot. Do you guys get that?
What? That's because everybody in the crowd's like, this fucking asshole.
Oh, you're right, dude. Oh,
Yeah.
what?
I don't know if I believe in the last one because I have tinnitus and I am not that popular.
What is that? What is tinnitus?
Tinnitus is a random ringing in the ear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Baby Driver, dude.
I never seen Baby Driver.
Okay.
But whenever I bomb on stage, my ears get hot as fuck, dude. I remember this one time I took a girl to the Chatterbox that we were dating or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And no, we were not dating. I took a girl to the Chatterbox. I don't know why I said we were dating. But it was back when I was not sober, right? So we smoked a fat blunt beforehand. And I thought that was the way to a girl's heart, was smoking a blunt. You know what I'm saying? That's so stupid. Anyways, we were not spiritually well. We went to the Chatterbox. I went on stage and I did like a minute, maybe a minute and a half, and they lit me. They lit me so fucking early, dude. Because I was bombing so bad.
Damn.
And my ears were on fire, dude. and I went to go sit down, and she was like this. She was like, she had like in the fetal position, like I'm with this fool right now. What the fuck, you know?
Was there a date number 2?
No. We hung out again, but there was no.
Yeah.
This was like the most romantic that ever got, where we went walking and shit, and then I was like, oh, the Chatterbox is down the street. Let's go to the Chatterbox. Because I do comedy, but I hadn't done comedy in like a couple weeks before that.
Shit.
Yeah, so I went on stage. I bombed my fucking balls off, dude. I still don't have them. And so my ears get hot as fuck. I go to sit down. She's like cowering in like a fetal position. And I go, my ears are so hot right now. I told her, and she's like, yeah, it's probably because it's pretty warm in here. She's like, but then yeah, she tried to tell me how I did good. I was like, there's no fucking. This was the worst set I've ever done, dude, ever in my life. You know. Anyways, my ears get hot whenever I bomb on stage. That's my superstition about ears.
Whenever I bomb, my throat swells up.
Oh, really? What do you mean, like swells? Like
I
you're
get
sick?
dry mouth and I can't breathe.
I can't breathe. What happens when you bomb?
I feel exactly the same, but I get anxiety when I go on stage.
Okay, so but when you bomb, what happens after the fact?
I'm saying like I'm anxious either way, so I feel exactly the same.
Okay, so what were the other ones? Don't lay your purse on the floor or you will lose money. I never heard that before.
I've never heard that, but obviously, you know.
I have heard that. I don't remember from where, but it was from when I was a kid. And I think it comes from 2 places. One of them is, you know, pickpocketing was a thing. But also, it was a thing of like, the belief isn't that you'd be robbed, that it would just disappear.
Yeah.
Or that it was a bad omen, that later on you would come into misfortune that would cost you money. What? No,
it's just so fucking crazy to me. It's like, yeah, fool, don't leave your purse somewhere, dog.
Yeah. I've heard that before. It's specifically that you just don't put it on the floor.
Yeah.
Because it's like inviting bad luck. There's like a bunch where it's implied that doing that thing doesn't cause the bad luck. It invites bad spirits, and they cause it later.
Yeah. Some fools like in the Matrix, like Agent. What's his name? The Agent. He's like the floor, the purse on the floor. You know.
He comes out of the purse.
He's all little.
Okay.
He's covered in gum.
Have you guys heard of the have a broom behind the door so you won't have bad spirits?
I feel like I might have heard about something like that. I know that like in some Latin countries, they do a thing on New Year's where they sweep away the bad spirits. I've heard of that. I don't know specifically about like keeping it behind the door.
What kind of fucking weak ass spirit are you if you're like, oh fucking broom? Are you kidding me? You know?
I feel like it comes from a thing of like, because there's small beliefs, and they look super cool when they do this on television, but there's like that these things can manifest out of doors that aren't there. They're like realm doors.
Yeah.
So I think it's the thing of like the door when it's left open becomes a door to somewhere else. So to keep that from manifesting, you put something behind the door.
But why a broom? I feel like
because it fits.
Yeah, but a lot of things fit. I feel like it could come with like. I don't know how old this superstition is, but it's like brooms used to be made out of certain types of materials. So like maybe the wood is sacred, or like wood has like certain properties that keeps the spirits away.
Yeah.
And that carries over.
See, I've always felt that with the door thing, when I was a kid, I would always leave my door open. But at the same time, working together with that was if I ever came into contact with the spirit, I don't acknowledge it. Do you guys feel that or no?
Expand.
So, for instance, I have this recollection of when I was younger, granted smoking weed when I was like 18 or 19, and I came home from hanging out late with my friends, and I wanted to get some cereal before I went to bed. So I opened up the cabinet. I told you about this, right? I opened up the cabinet and I hear screaming from upstairs. Like crazy ass screaming, right? And so I was like, what the fuck? And I had my hand on the cabinet and I was like, something's happening in my mom's room, you know? So I went upstairs to my mom's room, opened the door, and they were both asleep. And I was like, are you guys good? Or, you know? And they were like, yeah, what the fuck? You're barely getting home, you know, that kind of thing. And then I was like, okay. So I closed the door and I went back downstairs to get the cereal again. And I heard it again. And I just sat there, just like listening to this fucking screaming. And I was like, oh, what the fuck is happening in my mom's bathtub, you know?
God damn.
Yeah, but you don't acknowledge it. So I just got the cereal, went down and sat and I ate my cereal. And then other times when I was a kid, I would leave my door open and I had a shot, good, I'm a filmmaker, watch out. And I saw outside of my door was the stairs leading up to the second floor of the house. And I always saw like a black thing walking up the stairs. but I wouldn't look to see if it was that. I would just be like, oh, turn around and go to sleep, you know?
I remember one time when I was a kid, I was still living in Texas, so I must have been like 3 or 4 years old. But it was like late at night, and we were leaving my mom's friend's house, and they were like, there was a bunch of kids, and it was kind of like a kindergarten class that they were like, that's how they were like guiding us down these stairs because it was like late and dark. And I remember distinctly there was in the parking lot, as I was going down the stairs, there was a parking lot. And I saw through the windows of this car, on the opposite side of the car, through the windows, I saw this like little gremlin monster. And it looked like, if anybody knows like the honeycomb mascot.
Yeah.
That little thing. It looked like that, but more of a gremlin face. And I was like,
yeah.
And I just like made eye contact with it, and then it kind of like moved away, and then I never said anything about it.
Yeah.
I didn't tell anyone that it like was next to me. Like, did you fucking see that shit?
Yeah.
I was just like, it was just me and the gremlin.
I don't know where I got this idea from, but like just not acknowledging these things are happening around you, they don't invite them into your world.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So we went to Jacob's grave when I was younger. It's a spot on the way to Mount Baldy, like up this windy road, like sidewinds or whatever. And in between the roads, you know how the roads go up a mountain and they come back around like that?
Yeah.
So in between there, you could walk up and there's a grave of a miner, not a little kid, of a miner, like he was a miner back in the day. And he died some fucking vicious ass way. But there's a grave there. It's a bunch of empty ass beer bottles and stuff because people go there to party.
Right.
You know, and I was one of those people at one time. But I remember solidifying that fact where I was like, yeah, don't talk to spirits, dog. No Ouija boards. I'm out if there's a fucking Ouija board. That's my biggest fucking superstition as a kid. Nobody wants to fuck with the Ouija board in my family, dog.
I don't understand. Right. Do you have anything to say?
What?
Did you ever fuck with the Ouija board, Ryan?
No.
I don't believe in Ouija boards because fucking Parker Brothers makes it.
Well, they're a toy, but they were based on a thing that actually is. I've only ever seen it in like British media, but it's a thing outside of America.
Yeah.
Instead of Ouija board, it's you all put your hand on a pen above like a magnifying glass. Or no, you tie the pen to a string and then you let your weight be the pendulum, and it like writes shit. Supposedly.
That's crazy.
Fuck that. Ryan knows too much, dog.
That's crazy. But the Ouija board I could never take serious because I'm like, you have to buy it at fucking Walmart, like, or a toy store. And then why are you going to buy something that invites demons into your house?
Yeah.
Why is somebody going to sell something that invites demons? People don't know what the power they're working with.
So yeah, those are all great. Thank you, Mina.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Now we move on to your mother. That sounds so weird when you say it like that.
I know, that's like the third time you've said that.
I know. I don't know. I don't like saying mom when it's not mine, you know?
Your mom. Fool.
Isn't that weird? That's my superstition for today, dog.
Yeah.
It's not superstition. That's
Anyways, your fucking
peeve.
mother. I'm just kidding.
Your fucking mother.
No, your mom said, when I was young, my grandmother, Guida, would not let us wear any black colored clothes inside the house. It was thought it would draw bad spirits. Wow.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, it's like, it's funeral attire.
Yeah.
That's wild, bro. I'm wearing black right now, homie.
Damn, that's why your life is in shambles. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No, I mean, I never heard of that one.
I could see that seems like something very conservative, like very old school, like Catholic superstitions of like, you know, you don't bring up the dead, or there's like a belief system where you don't talk about the dead, or otherwise invites death into your home.
That's bananas. That makes sense. I can make that connection.
Yeah.
I've never heard that one specifically, but like I said, I can make the connection but I'm not really scared of. Are you guys scared of death?
Not as it was before. We've had conversations. We had a whole check out our Patreon for the Death-Isimo episode, but I mean, not really. I am, but I'm not.
Yeah.
Like last year, I was fucking terrified, and if I thought about it, it would send me into a panic attack, and I couldn't even. Send me into a panic attack, and I couldn't even talk about it.
So your baseline is being scared of death. You have to kind of work your way around out of being that.
Yeah, I mean, like I have, like I'm towing the line of like both acceptance and apprehension.
I think. What about you? Are you scared of death?
I don't know. I don't think about it.
Okay, I think for me, the whole spirit thing, I think comes from a fear of the other side or dying. You know, I don't know if I'm wrong in saying that, but to me, the one way I could see being scared of spirits and or death is if there's a wrong way to die, or if there's a wrong way to interact with the spirit, that you get classified into this heaven and hell type thing. It's like that guilty conscience of mine from being Catholic, you know, where there's two sides, where there's the good and the bad, you know, and if there's like a way or the wrong spirit that you contact and you get sent to fucking the hell of hell, you know?
Yeah.
That's the only thing that would terrify me about death.
I mean, I feel like that's what Christianity created. I mean, other religions that believe in like morality, they created that fear, and that's why it's like so. Because like we look into other beliefs, like I had brought up before about the Piraha, and they don't have, you know, Christian religion. They do believe in gods and spirits that live in the forest or the jungles with them, but they don't feel the same way about death. Like they're very like quick and easy. It's a part of life.
Yeah.
And so they live without that fear. I think the fear, like you said, if the fear comes from an expectation of what's after. So I think if you
live in the moment.
Yeah. Remove that expectation, live in the moment. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. I don't know. I would like to think I'm not scared of death, but I think if a dude had a gun to my head and was like, you know, fucking bite my toe or you die, I'll be like, okay, where's the toe at? You know? I was going to say something else, but yeah. Here, bite the toe full. Oh, my toe's out. That's gross. I didn't have that on camera, thank God. Anyways, so
check out our Patreon.
Check out our Patreon. I show my feet.
Whoa, not like that.
We're starting another tier of the Patreon. If you want to see head out of those feet, you can pay us 50 cents. And
but until then, check out Jarito over here, dude. He's
that feels lit, fool.
That feels so lit right now, dude. He's on another plane right now, fool. He's contacting spirits. Okay, so this one's from Mina also. It's in a reply to something, but I saw that it's another superstition. Why can't I talk? So I was always told by my grandma, would you that you will. I was always told by my grandma that you will dirty your belongings or you'll lose your money. I didn't like carrying she's compounding on the purse thing.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't like carrying a purse, but I do the same thing with my backpacks or tote bags.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's go to the next one. Your mom had another one here. When I was young, my mom would tell us, my siblings and I, if we misbehaved or fought with each other, the devil would come at night when we were sleeping and pull us out of bed while we were sleeping. While we sleep. Sorry, I was burping while I was talking. You guys, I still sleep with the blankets tucked under my feet till this day. That's so funny how she's like doing crowd work. You guys, I still sleep with my feet under the blankets to this day, you know?
Yeah, that's great. It's true. She does.
Yeah, I just don't like sleeping with my feet exposed because it's fucking cold.
No, I like that.
I think there's a German thing where like something eats your toes if you leave them out from under the covers.
Yeah, they made a whole movie about that, didn't they? Oh no, that was part of the pop star movie that what's his name made? Will Ferrell made in Iceland.
I don't remember that. I just remember that being. I learned that from somewhere else.
The fucking gremlins come and get you.
Yeah. They eat your feet.
Fuck superstitions, dog. I would not want to live with believing.
I always theorized that superstitions came from people with OCD when they didn't know what OCD was, because it's a similar thought process where it's like you develop this habitual thing based on a trauma that you identify it with, and you feel like even if it's not directly, if it's not a direct causality, you still feel like not doing that thing will cause something bad. Like I've mentioned before in my comedy, I have obsessive compulsive disorder, and one of my things is I've had instances where something happened because of something I left unchecked, and so because of that, I have this whole routine leaving my room, and the most important part of it is I have to watch my hand lock my door, because if I don't see my hand lock my door and I leave, the thought will occur to me, well, if you didn't see it, you might not have done it because you were leaving too quickly.
Yeah.
And if you didn't do that, you didn't do anything else you're supposed to, and now your house is on fire.
Yeah, I relate a lot to that because we've talked before. I make a joke that I'm autistic because I didn't like the club sandwich or whatever. But I am OCD. I am definitely OCD because... did you guys ever fall for silly superstitions when you were a kid?
Kind of.
Like,
I feel like most kids do.
Step on the crack, you break your mom's back.
Yeah.
I can't step on cracks. That's something, but it's an OCD thing.
Yes, so I've combated that now, and I think I've gotten over it. but I would not step on cracks for the longest time, and I would flick the top of my shoe in a crack to get like a flop sound, like floop,
Yeah.
And but I would never be stepping on the crack, and it was like I created this whole world around the cracks when I was a kid.
Yeah. Well, that's a thing about stuff like that. Like, a lot of diagnoses have something where there's a variation in the kind of diagnosis.
Yeah.
Like, there's obsessive compulsive disorder, and then there's obsessive compulsive tendencies. Everyone has obsessive compulsive tendencies, but when it's a disorder is when it's something that there's a causality to it internally. There's something that's like, it's not just a superstition you picked up as a kid and just didn't forget. It's something that's caused by, like, I have this thing about open doors. For the most part, I've worked through it because it was making it difficult for other people to always have this, but I never liked open doors. Even when it was hot, I would close all the doors in my house because when I was a kid, I let my dog out and he followed me and he got hit by a car. So that created an association with that act for me. And so that's the distinction between the two, is one is a kind of a phenomena that everyone experiences and the other one is a specific thing.
So I've talked about this before, maybe on the Patreon, which check it out if you haven't, but my clapping thing. So that stemmed from my weeks in sobriety. At first it was days, and then it was weeks in sobriety, and then it just turned in. Obviously, I'm now 52 times 3 is what? I don't even know, but weeks sober. Mm-hmm. So like at first it was like if I'm 7 days sober, I give 7 claps. So I started counting my claps, and then it turned into if I'm 3 weeks sober, I'll give 3 claps because there's a lot of clapping in AA.
Yeah.
And then it turned into months. Like I'll clap for months, like that I'm sober, for somebody else's share. And in a way it created this thing where I was like looking forward to clapping. And then now, but it's turned into like 7 is a really good thing that I liked. If I clap 7 times, I enjoyed your stand-up performance. If I clap once, it was a really good moment. If I clap 10 times, it's like the best thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And that's OCD, bro. Like that's stemmed from me being sober and something traumatic happening to me because my whole life changed getting sober. And I, in a way, like would think about that if I ever wanted to relapse or anything. If I wanted to smoke weed or drink again, I'd be like, but then like this thing I created would be gone. And so I can't do that. I cannot drink or smoke. Because then what am I clapping for,
Yeah, and I think we mentioned last time too, there's actually there's an association with, or not association, what's the word correlation between certain people that develop, there's a middle ground between the two, the tendency and the actual disorder called an obsessive compulsive personality. Mm-hmm. So that one is someone who develops habits, but it's not necessarily, you know what I mean? But that association is actually really common with multiple types of rehabilitation, kind of any type, because your brain creates the association between routine and stability. Yeah. So part of your healing process is developing routine, developing repetition, and that makes you stable. So now your brain equates like it makes you think, in order to have stability, you need repetition, and it creates stuff like that. Where it's like I have a thing with the number 4. Mm-hmm. In regards to like anything slightly above or below it feels uncomfortable for me because it was like in my brain it's something was like it could have just as easily been the number 4 and it's really upsetting that it's not. Yeah.
And then also too, do you have any tendencies?
I used to have this thing about cracks because I have a distinct memory when I was like 3 or 4 and I was walking home from a friend. I had a play date and my mom was walking me home. And like she told me about like this superstition, and so we made a game out of like not stepping in cracks. And for a long time, until like my mid-20s, I would literally like change my step size. I'd always pay attention to cracks. Yes. And then there was even things where like if you know how sometimes like there's like designs on the floor or something, or like on the edge of a curb there's like a line, a bunch of lines, a bunch of cracks. Yeah. I would move my foot to run along the same direction that the lines are moving. If there's a design, if I'm walking through tile and it's a bunch of little diamonds, my tip of my toe has to hit the center. The center.
Yeah, dude, fuck bricks, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. For real. I'll be fucking walking around all like I was crip walking.
Yeah. Fool. I'll be like, why are my feet so wide? I was crip walking.
I had a similar thing, and my mom, and then probably Dominic can even attest to this, where it was for a different reason. It wasn't because of the myth of the mom step on crack. Yeah. It was just a thing I developed where it got in my head that my feet would feel uneven if one stepped in a crack and the other one didn't.
Yeah.
And I would obsess about it to the point where my brain would like create a physical feeling in one foot and not in the other.
Yes.
To the point where like it would slow us down when we were out and about, like as a family, if we were walking on tile, because I would have to make a pattern in my head of how to walk through it to catch up to everyone.
The tiles have to connect.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They have to connect. I can't step diagonally on a tile because it didn't connect. So I would do like a back step like that, like I was fucking moonwalking or something, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then for me, because so that was like the thing is like because I have obsessive compulsive disorder, it would develop more and more the more time went on, and it went unchecked. Like it became a thing where. And sometimes I still stop myself, like I catch myself still doing it, but I count my steps.
Yeah.
I don't like uneven steps, so to make sure it's always even, I always start on my right and then on my left.
Yeah.
And if I trip up or if I pause and I end up stepping on my left twice, I have to stop what I'm doing and start over.
That's ridiculous.
It's a disorder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about washing your hands? Do you guys have any weird washing your hands things?
I used to. I got over it for the most part, but I didn't like spending too much time as a kid washing my hands, and I was one of those. It's actually a funny story.
Gross. I'm just kidding.
No kid likes washing their hands.
Yeah.
I love washing my hands.
But it was a funny thing where my Thea Alice would always make sure that I washed my hands, and it became a thing where I tried to trick her by turning on the water, turning it off, and then just going back to what I was doing.
Yeah.
But she figured out how to. So I think this is a funny story. She would be like, "You didn't take enough time. You need to take at least 20 seconds to wash your hands." And so it started with me just waiting for the water to hit 20 seconds. And the more I did it, the more it occurred to me that I could just wash my hands in that time.
Yeah.
And so it was a funny thing where she kind of tricked me into tricking myself.
This is why we have COVID.
Yeah.
Because I washed my hands properly. But that became a thing. So it became a thing where I have a sensory thing.
Yeah.
And for a long time, if my hand touched anything after washing it before I dried it, I had to wash them again. And I would sometimes spend like 20 minutes in the bathroom washing my hands. One time, and this was actually after I got diagnosed, we were at an appointment and I spent like half an hour in the bathroom because every time I stopped washing my hands, I would move away to grab a towel and my hand would scrape along the faucet and it would fuck me up. And I got like really angry that I kept doing that.
Yeah. For me, washing my hands, I do not dry my hands. I can't dry my hands.
That's weird.
Isn't that weird? Yeah. The whole movie, The Aviator, you guys seen that?
Yeah.
So like his whole way of the future, the way of the future, the way of the future, the way of the future. Like that, we would make fun of that when I was like younger when we watched it, and we would just start saying that if we felt crazy.
Yeah, I used to say that.
Yeah.
Way of the future.
Yeah.
The way of the future.
But I would wash my hands with soap, rinse it, and then like convinced myself that the water is getting soaked into my body, which I wanted. So I wouldn't dry my hands. Because I always had this need to be special, you know? Mm-hmm. Like I've told you before, I needed to get glasses, I needed to get braces or a hearing aid. Anything to make me feel special, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we talked about that. That's one of the reasons why I got glasses. It turns out I needed them. But like I worked really hard to make sure that I got glasses when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I fucking hated glasses. But
I wanted them because just to feel like I had something. And so like for the not drying of my hands, I don't know where it came from, dude, but I do now try to dry my hands because it's fucking, I walk around with wet ass hands all the time. Like I can't do that, you know?
Yeah.
So like at the Chatterbox, for instance, I always wash my hands because that place is fucking nasty. The restroom is gross. Yeah. So I would dry my hands with the towels they have there. And I don't like the air dryers. I'd hate air dryers.
No, I don't like them either. They don't ever feel like they're working, and I just think about like fucking trash being blown all over the place.
Bro, have you ever had to clean an air dryer?
No.
It's fucking disgusting. Never?
No, but
so I had to clean these Dyson air dryers. You know those new ones where you just put your hands in? I had to clean it every day. And it's the nastiest thing you've ever seen. It's just black gunk everywhere. And like, imagine if it's not clean for 3 days. It's like thick fucking gunk after just 12 hours of use, you know?
That's nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought of it occurred, using those Dysons made me think of something that, because of the little cartoon, I feel like everybody, when they're drying their hands, they go like this.
Yeah.
But what you're not thinking about is the water's not going anywhere. You have to put your hands down and allow the water to brush off of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I dry my hands now. If I use it, if I have to. But usually I just put it. But I'm like, I wash my hands really well, and then I just run it through my hair.
Yeah, see, I'll do that too. I'll dry my hands in my hair. I just don't like drying my hands.
I'm like,
It sounds
really
gross
judging.
because you're in the restroom, but it's my hands are clean.
Yeah, I don't like drying my hands to this day, but I do it out of like just like I step on cracks because I still have that thing in me where things need to connect while I'm walking.
Yeah.
I tried my best to just do the wrong thing and then live with it and like see that nothing happens, you know?
Yeah. I like superstitions, especially in Latino culture. I like mysticism. I mean, I got into spirituality recently, but I really like the idea of superstitions and like Latin mysticism, because I think for me what it does is like it makes me feel part of a bigger thing.
Yeah.
Like it makes me feel part of the earth or the universe or whatever.
Yeah, if you believe in a superstition, you inherently believe in a higher power.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, whether it's lateral or like a god or like, we're all come from some type of beings or whatever. I think that's really cool. And I like how like, Catholicism has been integrated into Mexico. I know a lot of people, I understand it does that colonization and that it was forced upon people, but the way that it's become like integral to indigenous culture and Mexican culture is pretty amazing. The stories are really interesting.
Yeah.
And I just like seeing it.
Yeah, I mean, the number one Mexican superstition that I remember growing up was if you go downstairs in la sala with your feet barefoot, you're going to get sick.
Yeah, walking around with my dad used to fucking hit me. No, he didn't hit me. He would yell. He did. I gotta correct myself. But he would always tell. I hate wearing shoes.
Yeah.
I hate wearing socks. I like to walk around barefoot.
Yeah.
And he would always yell at me for walking around barefoot.
Yeah.
It's funny, is small stuff like that, it's hard to explain it to modern people because it's just, it's a thing that's just become something. It's like trying to explain to someone the pagan religious aspects of a Christmas tree. It's like nobody cares anymore.
Yeah.
But a lot of stuff like that, like small stuff like that, it extends from like classism. Like jaywalking was a thing to make like poor people feel bad so that they would be motivated to buy cars. The idea of like reserving the road for cars came because car companies wanted to sell more, so they invented the idea of jaywalking. And if you jaywalked, you were considered unintelligent and poor.
Damn.
Yeah, it's like small stuff or it's like not wearing shoes. Especially if you're outside and someone sees you, it's supposed to look a certain way, but it's like it's a thing that everyone naturally feels like doing because shoes are unnatural.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. What was I gonna say? Have you heard about the egg thing? Like when a kid is sick? Have you seen that? That's a thing. Like a lot of people, you hear a lot of Mexicans tell stories of like when they're sick or they have a cousin and their grandma will come and lay them out on a couch or a bed or something, and then they take an egg and then they rub it all over their body and they like do like prayers and shit, and then they go and they crack open the egg and the yolk drops out and it's all black spots and shit.
What the fuck?
I've heard a few different versions of that. Some of them are like they do that and then they crack the egg under the bed, and if it's cooked the next day, then they're better.
What the fuck?
And you hear people saying that this shit was like they were like, there's no way this is gonna fucking work, and then they crack open and there's black spots on the yolk.
Yeah.
And then they're fine the next day.
Wait, so what causes them to do the egg thing if they're sick?
I don't know where it comes from, but I know it's like a thing common in Mexican families that they'll take an egg, the grandma will take an egg and rub it over there, and the egg absorbs their illness.
Okay, so when they're sick.
Yeah. When they're sick.
Yeah.
Like they have a high fever or something.
I know the second one comes from the idea that sickness is a thing that like not a sign of possession, but that it was like bad spirits trying to hurt you, so you would get sick because of that. And so the belief was that the egg was absorbing the spirit.
Damn, fool. That's fucking bananas.
Yeah. But it's a thing, like they did that. You can see it in Hispanic related media today, or Latino, like Pan's Labyrinth did that, and Machete, she cracks an egg.
Hell no, dude. I want to try it, but I don't want to. No.
I mean, I've never experienced it. No one in my family has ever done that.
Have they tried to battle COVID with that?
I've seen the one where they're taking like the cream for like horses.
What?
That's like a thing that they were doing to battle COVID, was like like worm cream meant for horses.
Oh, that's the Joe Rogan thing.
Ivermectin.
Gross.
Yeah.
No, but imagine if in the first month of the pandemic, they're like, it looks like you have COVID. They're like, no. And they're like, we have to do this. And they pulls out an egg. What are you going to do with the egg? They put it up their butthole. It comes out black. I don't think that's because the spirits on me. I think it's because of my bowel movements. Anyways, anything else? Anything else we want to move to the next one?
Yeah, let's move on to the next one. Who's it?
All right, our next one is from Mexicube. Thank you so much. Mexicube is so fucking active on our Discord.
Oh yeah, Mexicube's been popping off.
Yeah, dude.
Hope you're enjoying your visit on your travels.
Oh yeah, Mexicube came to America. I mean, California.
Yeah.
Yeah, not America. He's from Carolina or no?
I mean, I
forget where everyone's from, but everyone.
He's traveling. He's having a good time. Thanks for being part of the Discord and sending us pictures and stuff.
Yeah, I like that you say Carolina.
Caroline.
Carolina.
So he says, my mom and aunts used to tell us if we didn't go to bed that when the trains come by at night, Chicago. Okay, he says Chicago. You hear train sirens a lot in the distance. That La Llorona was riding the train and would come take us. Also, ojo or evil eye.
I have always wondered if that's like a regional thing. Just my mic. Because I remember I've heard other stories about trains in like places like New York and Chicago. Like, is that Hey Arnold in Chicago or is it New York?
Hey Arnold's in New York.
But they had an episode of a similar myth, and it comes from. I feel like a lot of people have that myth when it's like a heavy train area.
There's a lot of people died on trains.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. No, I never. My mom never used La Llorona against me. I don't remember La Llorona. I'm gonna do more research about that before we talk about La Llorona.
Yeah.
Well, we have like mythology episodes.
We're gonna be doing the ghost stories.
Yeah. So we'll be doing ghost stories for the Halloween special. But I've never heard that. So what he's saying is if you didn't go to bed when the trains come by at night. Let's be honest. All right. Kids that are very hyper at night is annoying because we work all day long. Right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you look like you were going to say something.
No, I'm like thinking what to say next.
Okay, yeah, so what do you want to say next?
Well, when did you finish your point?
No, that's it. I was trying to start a conversation.
I was going to say, I feel like when it comes to like parents telling kids things, it's always just like, regardless if it's real or not, it's just something a parent saying to help the kid do what they're supposed to do.
Exactly. Just like jaywalking would make you buy a car. Telling you that some fucking old ass lady is going to take you in the middle of the night will make you go to sleep early.
Yeah, well, I mean, like even like I feel like it varies from parent to parent because even the ones that are based on something, the parents just using to their benefit. Yeah. Sometimes, like I think that might have been just
they're integrating it.
Him and his family specifically.
Yeah. Okay, so this one comes from Anthony Jerome. We'll talk more. I don't want to really touch on La Llorona more. I want to do more research and
we're gonna because we're gonna do like a ghost story episode.
Yes.
So sorry for brushing over it, but
thank you, Mexicube, though.
Yeah, thank you so much.
This one's from Anthony Jerome M. Did anyone else ever hear a story about the girl who went to a dance when she shouldn't have and ended up dancing with a handsome man? The story then goes on to something like everyone started screaming and the girl realized her and the handsome man were floating and he had hooves. Another devil thing.
I've heard variations of this story. Yeah. There was a version of it in the school I went to, or elementary school. I don't know about you, but I've heard like many. It's actually based on a story that's going to be. There's I forget how to explain it, but it has to do with the stories behind Brujeria and its upbringing that we can get into when we do the Black Magic episode. Yeah. But there's something connected to Catholicism, or not Catholicism, but to the beginning of Mexican witchcraft that has to do with this story specifically.
Oh shit!
But the variations of the story are based on an idea of a story of the kind of consensus of it is that you would think that it was a person, but it turned out to be a black goat, and the black goat was the physical manifestation of the devil, and that's how he would convince people to join him.
Hell no, dude. Listen, I don't believe in the devil, but that fool scares me.
Do you think the devil will make good birria?
Yeah, fool, that fool has blood off for days, dog. He's like, today we're going to have Rockefeller birria.
Imagine like you couldn't afford like to get proper birria, and then you go out to a forest and you see a black goat in the middle of the forest, and you're like, oh my god.
Like,
but then you fucking kill it, and then now you've infected. We got to make this a movie.
what's the guy that made Midsummer? We were just talking about him yesterday, but what's that other movie he made about the witch?
Hereditary.
No, it's about a witch. It's like based in like the 1600s or something.
No clue.
Well, I was going to say that movie is a similar version of this story.
Yeah.
Where it's about a girl who starts doing stuff away from her family, and then she gets convinced to join the devil, and then he kills her family.
That's fucking crazy. I know Hereditary has some kind of line like that, though, where...
Hereditary is different. Hereditary is like a different kind of...
The devil's not different, fool. It's the devil's everywhere, dog.
No, I mean, they have like a specific... They're a cult, and it's based on a specific demon.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get more into demons. I fucking hate demons, dog. Get out of my life, homie. The moral of the story was to listen to your parents. Daria said the moral of the story was to listen to your parents. Yeah.
As it tends to be.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Everything has to go back to the real God of my life, my mom and dad. You know what I'm saying? They created me, homie.
Yeah.
And it was nasty how they did it, I heard, and I don't like it, but I'm just kidding. So this one is this is Anthony Jerome, the next comment about that. They told me right before I turned 18 and went to go drink in Mexico. I had no idea they were trying to tell me don't dance with handsome men, or don't go to, he didn't know if they were trying to say don't dance with handsome men or don't go to the club. So yeah, it could be based in homophobia too. Yes.
I mean, that makes sense.
Stuff like that's always. I mean, I wouldn't say that this stuff's necessarily based in that, but they're always reappropriated to match with the theme that they're trying to match. Like,
yeah, that's why Mexicans are paranoid, food. It's always worst case scenario in every situation. It's like, don't go there because I heard this story about this kid that went to the park and then he died.
Yeah, everything comes back to death, fool.
Yeah.
I also think it's a thing of like, especially in schools where kids like thinking of stories. Like, I remember this kid tried to convince the whole school that a little girl hung herself 50 years ago, like 50 years before he told the story, because he found a rope on a tree. And then I was sick the day, and the next day I come to school and I'm like, that's not true. That's from a piñata from 2 days ago. I saw the party. I was there.
Dog, what's with the guy in the Wizard of the Oz killing himself in the background, dog?
Oh, that's a fallen tree branch.
Oh, that's an urban myth.
Oh, okay. So
I thought it was a bird.
No, it's been verified. If you look at it when it's going upward, it's a tree branch that broke over and it's just hanging down.
Damn, but it looks like one of those munchkins, homie.
Yeah.
Is that an offensive word, munchkin?
Well,
I mean, it's appropriate for the movie. Like, okay. Unless you just go around calling them, don't do that.
Hey, what's up, munchkin?
don't.
Yeah. What's crazy is that it's somebody that didn't get the job. How did he get onto set?
Yeah.
Get into the background, and then knew when to hang himself.
And he was in the shot. I mean, they took a Starbucks cup out of fucking Game of Thrones. They could take a munchkin out of a tree, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sorry. Anyways.
Well, I mean, there's like 80 years between the two.
True. Anyway, so the next one is, I don't know if someone said it, but my dad said if you hear whistling, it was a witch flying near you. But then again, people whistle, homie.
I've heard, I mean, like if the wind whistles, that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah. But wouldn't you see the witch flying by you?
Man, it's so weird that I know about all of these, but I haven't thought about them since elementary school.
This fool read the wrong books, dog.
I mean, I always heard that like
I disappear.
The like wind whistling is like ghosts traveling. I've heard that.
Yeah.
Like spirits traveling around.
Yeah. Like, damn, that was a skinny ass ghost, dog.
The wind blows and you just
you hear some
What's to me
the ghost of a fool, dude.
To me, the most Mexican like superstition or myth.
What?
Is I remember when I was a kid and whenever it would start raining abruptly, like in the middle of the day, it's because God was crying for our sins.
Damn, fool.
Some dude, there's always that one kid who's like, I feel like he's pissing now, dude.
That's that New Testament God, dude.
Yeah.
Old Testament God would be fucking happy about our sins, dog.
The fuck?
No,
I don't think
to kill
so.
us. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Steve Hernandez told me this theory that God did not understand why men were so fucking stupid, basically, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
And so he became a man, and he realized how much suffering there was on earth. So he became a happier God, or like a better God in the New Testament, because he did that. What is it called? was it the Abraham sacrificing Elijah or no Isaac, right?
Yeah.
He tempted him with that, and he thought that he was a different god than all the other gods that were worshipped. So when Abraham didn't kill, or when Abraham was going to kill Isaac, what this is the theory, is that what God expected Abraham to do was like, I'm not going to do this, God, because you're a different God. You don't demand that we sacrifice people. You want us to sacrifice animals? I forget what it is. You don't need sacrifice to thrive, basically, is what God wanted Abraham to say to him. I'm a fucking idiot too, by the way. So if this is not what the theory is, I'm just trying to open the floor for conversation. But when he didn't kill Isaac, God had told Abraham, like, don't fucking kill Isaac, dude. Just fucking kill a different goat or something.
A bull.
Yeah. And then he disappeared for however many years after that, and then came back as Jesus to try to understand us as men.
That sounds like God's Batman.
Yeah.
I mean, the way you tell it.
Yeah.
I like
sorry, you finish.
I like the idea of an insecure God. That's like, do you guys like me?
Yeah.
But
you guys like me?
That made me think of something I like, not superstition per se, but like a thing that's developed in like sci-fi.
Yeah.
Of shows that try to take those spiritual and factual like items, and they're part of history, so they become powerful because of that event, and they like the spear that pierced Jesus, or the knife that when God stayed his hand, that knife is supposed to make you like invincible or something. This doesn't have to necessarily do with superstition. I just like that kind of storytelling where it's like it gives you a power because of the moment that it was in.
Yeah.
Like a lot of sci-fi like conspiracy based movies that say that like Hitler's secretly still alive, they always say that he was able to become who he was because he had the spear of
the artifact.
The artifact, the spear that pierced Jesus made him invincible and a born leader.
That's bananas, dude.
Yeah.
I like hearing about those things. I never like believing in those things, because then you go down the rabbit hole. Where are you going? You're going to hell. You know what I'm saying? The rabbit hole always leads to hell. And I believe this is the last one. My mom, no tires la sal. Don't spill salt. So this to me is more of a punchline than a real belief. Like, what happens when you spill the salt, dog? Your firstborn dies, or what?
That's the one thing that I've actually never been able to figure out where it comes from. A lot of people have that belief, and it's assumed, or not assumed, but it's speculated that it might have something to do with how salt is related to like certain religious aspects, where it's like they tell you to keep a ghost in a circle, you line it with salt or something. Yeah. I forget where it comes from. I think. And this is me trying to remember, so if I'm inaccurate, feel free to correct me, I don't mind. That it comes from the story, I forget the name of, but the story of God smiting a town and telling them not to look back on it, and then a woman did, and she turned into a pillar of salt. And then
that's fucking hardcore for God to do.
Yeah, and I can't remember the exact correlation, but something about salt having a prolific like meaning in life. So it's supposed to be a bad luck to spill salt. It's like disrespecting salt, and then it's like disrespecting spirits.
Does she lose the ability to talk if she's a pillar of salt?
Yeah, she's more.
Salt. She's like, this is not fucking funny, dude.
Damn, I do like that idea, like having that connection to that story about the pillar of salt.
Yeah,
that's actually a pretty cool like connection to make.
Yeah, and then the part that I think is kind of I just probably made up is throwing it over your shoulder to nullify it.
See, that's what I'm talking about, dude. The fucking punchline, dude. If you're at a diner eating with somebody and something goes wrong or something, and you throw salt over your shoulder, or it's like knocking on wood is like throwing salt kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Which, think about it, where does knocking on wood come from?
Knocking on wood.
Wait, let me finish what I'm saying, and then you'll say it after. But like, if something goes wrong at the dinner table when you're, I like how fast you wanted to talk about.
We know.
Put me in, coach.
No, but you just throw salt. Like, you throw way too much salt, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and then you got to deal with sea bass.
Sea bass. What the fuck? Who's Seabass?
You never seen Dumb and Dumber?
Oh yeah. That's probably where I got it from. Yeah. Throw a whole thing of salt. Yeah, no.
Then you gotta go to your happy place, fool.
Yeah. So sorry, where does knocking on wood come from?
So knocking on wood. Oh fuck! Now I forgot the exact different.
How do you forget it in 3 seconds?
No, it's because there's a belief system, and it comes. So a lot of these, there's the malokyo, mal-oho, like the evil eye, and so whenever you wood has a connection to the earth, and it's supposed to neutralize like the bad spirits.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more nuance to it, but it comes from the evil eye. It's like whenever you feel someone wishing you evil or watching over you, you knock on wood to get them away.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Wood is supposed to have properties that like ground it to this realm, and that's why it's like
definitely makes me feel like the afterlife is something completely we'll never understand what the afterlife is.
Yeah.
Because these weak, brittle fucking spirits are scared of brooms behind doors and knocks on wood, homie. Are you kidding me? So imagine being a spirit and you're like, damn, I could do anything. They're like, yeah, but stay away from brooms. And if anyone knocks on wood, you're fucking screwed, homie.
Well, a lot of it, like wood and like plant life in general, are supposed to have they stem from an old strong meaning, and a lot of them are from Catholic beliefs.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are actually appropriated from pagan beliefs, like what I was mentioning earlier, the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
The idea of the Christmas tree was supposed to be a ceremony of rebirth, where you would cut down a tree, and then that's the last living thing in that area because it survives the winter, and then as it dies, the outside grows back, and that's supposed to be a cycle of rebirth.
That's bananas, dude. You know what I would believe though? If like what you said about the Hitler thing, dude. I don't believe in Hitler, but he happened. But
Be careful how you say that.
No, but he found an artifact and then it caused him to have power. Like I believe in those types of things. Like if you find the spear that killed Jesus, I don't think it's a beneficial thing though. I think it carries a lot of bad with it though too. You know?
That's usually
So, but the thing about it is having the thing and then knowing how to get it out, like Indiana Jones style. You know what I'm saying? You have to read a couple books before you just like summon some spirit, you know?
Yeah.
That guy read a lot of books. He was a professor.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And then got down to the real thing is that Indiana Jones was a badass, homie.
That was the thing that always gets me about those movies. If he was just like a really cool archaeologist, maybe. But that he was a professor, I'm like, where the fuck do you find the time?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I think
do you not care about your kids?
I think any teacher can attest. Where the fuck do you find the time?
Yeah. So this student's really good. He was taught by Indiana Jones himself, and then everyone's like, "Yeah, Indiana Jones doesn't teach his students. He goes on fucking architect runs, dog."
I thought of another joke. It's like, I know that teachers buy their own supplies, but that guy's going a little overboard.
Yeah. Anyways, that's been Superstition. Do you guys have anything else that you want to say?
Yeah, I do.
Go for it.
In my research, okay.
He does magic.
Well, my God.
I learned a healing spell.
What is that?
It's a healing spell. Okay.
Oh, is that what it is? I'm so sorry. What the fuck? I thought it was going to be something we never heard of before.
I thought it was going to be
I told Ryan to not ruin my joke, and it was fucking Gerardo. I was like, Gerardo's going to know when I'm setting something up.
I'm so sorry. I told you about something
I thought it was going to be the cootie shot.
Okay, no, but do it. What's the healing? Let's do it.
All right. This is what
you need the fucking mic, homie.
I have to adjust myself.
Go for it.
I have to center my energy, okay?
Okay.
All right, so... Oh my God. Okay. So this is what you do, right? You have to put your hands together and you close your eyes, okay? And you gather energy into your fingertips, okay? And you do that by thinking about the nourishment of the earth, the energy of the sun, the breath of the wind.
I'm dying. Help me.
And the tranquility of water.
Please hurry. I'm not going to make it if you don't.
Collect. And you think about how these elements.
Okay, I'm thinking about it.
Give life.
Uh-huh. It really hurts.
And once I'm not doing it.
Wait, no, I'm dying.
Please. I was like this. I've been waiting 5 hours to fucking do this.
I'm just picturing like a paramedic doing this shit and saying all of this over a dying body.
I'm flatlining. Help me.
Clear.
Anyways, that's been our episode. My name is Gerardo.
I'm Dominic.
I thought you was gonna be like, I'm disappointed. And I'm Ryan.
And if you haven't already, please follow us on Instagram at isimopod, ISIMOPOD. Email us at isimopod@gmail.com. Please leave us a voicemail at 920-474-6644, and it'll be played on the show, much like this one here. So this one comes from Melomucci, the guy that drew Yolanda for us. Remember that guy?
Yeah. Thank you for the art.
Yeah, and thank you for the voicemail. Here it goes.
Oh, hey guys, I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm a huge fan. I don't know if you could, like, I don't think you'd recognize me. We've never talked in person, or on the phone or anything like that, but I'm the guy who drew Yolanda. I don't know how to pronounce it. I just wanted to say thank you guys for the huge, entertainment pretty much is it. And I really appreciate what you guys do. I'm going to keep watching it for as long as I can. I can't watch every episode on the day they're uploaded, but when I get time, I put it on and I listen to it or watch it. I got the time, but I'm not going to steal too much of y'all's time. Y'all have a great one.
Dang, thank you very much, Melomucci.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. We love that.
Hell yeah, it means a lot to us, man. And please, if you want to leave a voicemail, call 920-474-6644, and we'll play it on the podcast. And also, please follow us on Spotify and rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. It helps us out a lot. Anything else, guys?
Yeah, what should they comment if they made it this far, Ryan?
Tell us a fake story that you heard in elementary school.
Well, any story you've ever
Tell us a superstition that I ain't told you.
Yeah, we're going to be sharing horror stories, so send them some, and we're going to prioritize the Discord. Today's episode was sponsored by our Discord, actually, because all the superstitions we talked about were from the Discord.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Thank you so much for commenting and liking the video and subscribing to our YouTube channel. And until next time, don't fly.
It's my podcast.
I have to pee so bad that whole time. Dude, why is it so dark outside?
Because your butt.
Is it raining? Was that thunder?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was you doing your...
No,
I can't do it.
It wasn't me that time.